You never know what you'll see on TV at 6 in the morning. Welcome to WatchMojo UK, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 WTF Good Morning Britain moments. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at all the weirdest things this ITV breakfast programme has faced over the years. Number 10, interview with a robot.
Sophia, do you know what programme you're on?
Yes. Good morning, Britain.
Sophia the robot is a friendly face of AI who tours the world to tell us all why we shouldn't be afraid of technology. But this doesn't make her any less unsettling. Whether it's her strange facial expressions or the fact her transparent skull is constantly exposed, there's something creepy about Sophia.
What's the best thing about the UK compared to America, Sophia?
I love your posh English accent. It really has a nice ring.
Susanna and Piers are both unnerved by her presence, but stranger than Sophia herself are the questions they're told to ask her, including whether she's single and what her ideal man is. The interview ends with Sophia telling a joke about cheese to show off her rudimentary sense of humour.
What cheese would you use to persuade a bear to come down from a tree?
What cheese would I use to persuade a bear to come down from a tree? I don't know, what cheese?
Come on, bear.
I love the smile she gave at her own joke.
Number 9, Piers wins weirdest crush.
Did you notice the Metro yesterday had their top 15 weird crushes in the world, and I was number one. Number one.
In 2016, the Metro revealed its picks for the top 15 weirdest crushes, and firmly at number 1 was none other than Piers Morgan. Though most people would think this isn't something to brag about, Piers isn't most people, and announces how proud he is live on air.
It would be weird if I did have a crush on you, and I don't.
Susanna was quick to point out that this isn't an achievement he should be advertising, even if he did beat Benedict Cumberbatch, Jeremy Kyle, and James Corden to the top spot. After bragging about spending so much time in the south of France, being judged the country's weirdest crush is what he deserves.
I was in seat 1A, obviously the optimum position for any celebrity, and Brad has to walk back to 6F.
Yeah.
Number 8, lady-friendly Doritos.
We're going to have new Doritos, lady-friendly Doritos.
Lady Doritos.
They're going to be less crunchy because women don't like making noise.
Despite being one of the most popular crisp brands in the world, in February of 2018, it was announced that they would be developing a lady-friendly alternative, Doritos for girls. These crisps were supposed to be smaller and quieter than normal ones. GMB covered the story, and Piers couldn't believe that PepsiCo, which makes Doritos and had a female CEO at the time, would make a move like that.
This is what we do to Doritos!
But stranger than the idea of Doritos for women was having to listen to Piers, Charlotte and Susanna chew Doritos loudly into a microphone to prove a point. Number 7, Bubble Wrap Appreciation Day. It's not a bank holiday, but every year the last Monday in January becomes Bubble Wrap Appreciation Day, created to pay homage to the world's favourite packing material. This 2015 item taught us a handful of bizarre statistics, including that popping bubble wrap is as relaxing as having a massage for 33 minutes. Strangest of all was when Laura arrived in the studio on a bubble wrap bike. A bike which pops a long trail of bubble wrap as it goes.
If going on the bike wasn't enough.
I definitely wasn't as good as Laura though, because I couldn't get the wrap under the tyres. But then there's a few sort of.
They all had a turn riding the bike around the set with mixed results. Susanna went as far as to say it's one of her more surreal experiences.
Let's hear it for the Spanks.
Number 6, Love Islander Wedding. Jess Shears and Dom Lever made history on Valentine's Day 2018 when they became the first Love Island couple to tie the knot. Sort of.
Do you want to get married now?
Why not?
It's Valentine's Day, isn't it? So let's go for it.
They were married live on GMB at Jeremy Carl's suggestion, with Richard Arnold conducting the ceremony. Apparently ITV ordained him on his day off.
I need to ask, of course, at this point in the ceremony, if there's anyone who has just cause as to why this couple shouldn't get married this morning on GMB, join the queue.
They stripped down to white underwear for the occasion and declined Carl's offer of a lie detector test, then made the vows. But strange as it was, the ceremony wasn't legal. Jess clarified on Twitter that it was just a bit of fun, and Alex and Olivia became the first Islanders to actually get married later that year. Number 5. Super identical twins. These Australians gained internet fame for their unrelenting weirdness, and their appearance on GMB was no exception.
You even laugh at the same way. We should try this.
The super identical twins, Bridget and Paula Powers, do everything together. They live together, work together, dress identically, have the same hair, and even talk and laugh at exactly the same time.
Well, guess what? Yes, we know that we annoy a lot of people out there, but it's just like water running off a duck's back to us. It doesn't bother us one bit.
Susanna asks them if they rehearse to be able to speak in sync like that, but they maintain that they don't. And their main passions in life are the seabird rescue centre they run and being twins.
What's the longest amount of time you've ever spent apart?
Not hardly any time apart, really.
It's not an understatement when Piers says it's one of the weirdest interviews he's ever conducted. Number 4. Is Jedi a real religion?
So Jedi is a person who follows the ideology or the idiosyncrasies of the philosophical part of or the spiritual part of the Jedi Knights in the Star Wars universe, but in a real-life practical approach. So,
Can you speak in English? What does that mean?
Since the 70s, Star Wars has had one of the most intense and passionate fan bases in media, and in the decades since the series launched, people claiming they're real-life Jedi have only multiplied. They say Jediism is a religion and should be protected like other beliefs, despite the Force and lightsabers, well, not existing.
What is at the heart of Jediism?
The Force.
it's the Force,
Which is spirit.
Divorce?
It's
Unsurprisingly, many people take issue with the suggestion that being a Jedi is being religious, including Piers and Caroline Farrow. The debate ended with Piers and Alex Beresford having a lightsaber battle in the studio. So much for civil debate. Number 3. Piers destroys a £5 note. In 2016, the first plastic banknote was issued in the UK, the £5 note featuring Winston Churchill. When they showed one of these new notes on GMB, Charlotte explained it was supposed to be indestructible and difficult to counterfeit.
You can't rip it. Wow, look at that.
Yeah, I know.
That's actually quite cool.
The washing machine test.
It's like Monopoly money.
It is like Monopoly money, toy money. OK, don't try too hard.
Of course, Piers had to put this to the test and went to great lengths to rip the new note. He ended up tearing it clean in half with his teeth, despite Susanna later pointing out how much he idolises Churchill. As if that wasn't enough, they also threw 2 notes in the washing machine to test their durability.
And the new one is here, which has survived completely intact.
Number 2, Piers goes through childbirth.
Whoa! What level's that?
0.
Huh?
0.
0?
Following the birth of Prince Harry's son, Piers couldn't resist giving his opinion about how childbirth isn't actually that hard, and women are making a fuss over nothing. After a small debate around the man's role in the delivery room, Piers got strapped into a TENS machine, which aims to simulate labour.
Can I just point something out? That's a contraction. Feeling the bird.
Women can have a walk, right?
Ultimately, Piers could barely stand the pain equivalent of one contraction, let alone actually giving birth, and was forced to eat his words. It's very odd that they decided that putting Piers through intense pain was a good idea, but it was entertaining nonetheless, and the entire makeup department and Lorraine Kelly came out to watch.
Are you giving in?
No!
Come on.
Do not give in!
Come on, Piers, you can do it. And now it goes up again. Another one.
That's enough! Get it!
Oh, how many minutes?
Number 1. Mr. Broccoli. Climate change is one of the biggest concerns people have, and plenty go out to protest global warming. One memorable protester was Mr. Broccoli, who went viral after getting arrested. He was invited onto GMB to talk about his ideology, but things got weird fast when he kept referring to himself as though he really was a vegetable.
I've always been a piece of broccoli.
Really?
He also didn't have the science to back up his stance, even when Piers said he'd love to see some solid evidence.
Piers, I don't know much about, all I know that a plant-based food system.
You don't know much about the science. I mean, with respect
I'm
to
not a
broccoli, if
scientist,
you're going to tell me
Pete,
to give up meat, you've got to know about the science. Otherwise, why should I listen to you?
Susanna also criticised Mr. Broccoli for not taking his own movement seriously enough. It was a painfully awkward experience for everybody and went on far too long. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo UK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.